Hello and welcome to the Green Room with Monique McDonald. I'm so grateful to be here with you today. Today I'm coming to you live from Las Vegas. I've been here doing a 3-day event for speakers, and it's been a blast. And I met some amazing human beings. And today I am going to be speaking with you all about the law of expectancy. But before we dive in, for those of you who don't know me, I am Monique McDonald, known to many as the Magnetic Voice Mentor. I work with speakers to unleash their authentic voices so that they can stand in their power and own the room, whether they're speaking on a stage or speaking on a Zoom. Oh my goodness, that rhymed. And it is one of my most favorite things that I get to do. I am on a mission to empower 10,000 voices so that they can make a difference in the world. Oh boy, the world is in need of strong, authentic voices now more than ever. There's so much uncertainty and so many feelings of being left behind or not knowing what's next. And this is the time for leaders. And the wonderful thing about leaders is that first they must lead themselves. So take care of yourself and take care of your voice. It is your most valuable tool. Speak your truth. Share yourself with the world. We need your voice. We need your voice. So we are in this time of sacred expectancy. The holidays are coming. We're expecting a brand new baby year. And with all these feelings of uncertainty and what's next and what in the world is going to happen next, are the numbers going to go up? Are we going to have to start wearing masks again and quarantine? Or is something else coming? I want you to take a moment today and really center yourself. Take a deep belly breath and remind yourself that in this moment, right here, right now, all is well. And that we have the right to decide for ourselves what we expect from life. If we expect the worst, it feels like the worst. It may not be actually happening in the world, but we experience it that way. And if we expect the best, if we expect only good things to happen, good things tend to happen. I remember I was actually on this trip. I was trying to figure out how I was going to, I had 2 weeks of time, about 2 weeks of time between my where I was last, which was Palm Desert, and being here in Las Vegas for this conference. And the friend that I was going to be staying with was in Bulgaria, and she couldn't host me. And we were both disappointed because I hadn't seen her in so long. And I was like, well, what's going to happen? I didn't know what was going to happen, but I thought to myself, something is going to happen because I know that I'm going to Las Vegas in a few days and I can't wait to see what it's going to be. And I just mentioned it in a meeting that I was in, and it turns out that there was a lovely woman there. Thank you, Amy, who said, "I live in Las Vegas and I have an extra room and I'd love to have you." And I said yes. And we had some of the most fun that I've had in a long time. We laughed, we talked, we shared experiences, and it turns out that we might even be partnering in business. And that was completely unexpected and a joy. It is interesting to me because when I speak to people about this idea of sacred expectation, often I hear people don't want to get their hopes up. They don't want, they're afraid to expect the best because they're afraid they're going to be let down. And so they don't consciously do that. And here's what I know for sure: what we think, we experience. What we say out loud becomes true for us. Most of us either check out and don't play the game, which is saying no to life, or we kind of half play the game. And we say things like, well, probably nothing's going to happen, but I'll try. Because we're afraid to expect the best. And there is something, I always feel like that this time of year is kind of like an expectant mother. We know that a baby year is going to be born, and we're in that month or so before. And we don't know what to expect, but we know that the time is going to pass and there will be a new year no matter what we decide to do. And so today I just want to invite you to be in this moment before the birth, this moment of sacred expectancy, and think about, what are you willing to expect? What are you willing to put out into the world and stake your claim and say, I expect 2023 to be the best year ever. I expect these holidays to bring me more joy than they ever have, and act as if. I remember when I was on tour, and we were traveling by bus and truck with the company, and on the bus, I was studying Il Trovatore by Verdi. It was a role that I had always wanted to play, and I just started studying it. And as I didn't have a gig, nobody had hired me to do it. And as I was studying it, I started to imagine myself on stage, and I started to imagine, what stage would I like to do it in? What would my costume look like? And as I was studying and saying the words to myself in Italian, I was imagining a lot, right along with the character and creating the character of Leonora. I was creating the character of Monique, getting hired to play that role. And by the time I got to the next destination, I had an email saying that somebody was looking for Leonora, and could I jump in at the last minute? And I had studied, and I could, and I did. and it was one of the greatest successes of my career. So start planning, start getting excited about what are you expecting. It is a sacred law that what we expect appears. So I invite you today, take a deep breath and dream. Give yourself permission to dream and then take it even further and expect that dream to come true. I can't wait to hear what happens. I bless you all, and I hope you have an amazing day. And remember, the world is waiting for your voice. Give it to them. Expect the best. Dare to expect the best. All right. I'm going to be going to the green room on Zoom in about 15 minutes. I'd love to hear your thoughts about what we talked about today. You'll find the link to the Zoom room below this video. And until I see you again, I wish you sweet dreams and lots of great expectations. Bye-bye.